BPI Sports, 1MR Vortex. So how good was it? Hey, it's Brian Late back with another review you can use, and here we have the finished container of BPI 1MR, or 1MR, I don't know, 1MR Vortex pre-workout Unstoppable Energy. Now this was one that had pretty good flavor. I did a taste test of it and I went to the gym, and I'm trying to do more and more reviews like that of the products like this while I'm taking them, especially early on, to get a good judge. Arctic Ice is this flavor. It was pretty good. It dissolved pretty well. There were sometimes some things floating in it, but you really needed a shaker bottle. I had a small shaker bottle I used. We used on the review as well. It is what, 12 gram size, 15 if I can find it. One scoop. Oh, 3 grams. Gee whiz, I don't really know how big a gram is, do I? 3 grams. And overall, this was not bad. It was fast acting. It was pretty good energy. I don't know about maximum energy, or unstoppable energy. It's got fast acting energy and focus, strength and performance, maximum energy, unstoppable energy. 40 serves in here. They've got a picture of looks like a guy doing a rope climb or pull. I'm not sure which, and a woman. Looks like she's doing an overhead press, well behind, got her hands well behind, and her wrists cocked back, which is not what you want to do. But anyway, I was trying to find out. So I don't know if this is targeted men and women. It's a proprietary blend of 1.7 grams of a bunch of stuff. There's caffeine in it. I don't know exactly how much. My guess is around 160 to 180 milligrams. It is caffeine and hydrose, so it's not all at once, which is good. White leadwort extract root, and several other things. What I don't know is, how much, or if any, there's arginine, carnitine, that kind of stuff, which a lot of these pre's have. But overall, this one I have very mixed feelings about this one. Mixability was about a 7-ish if I'm being nice, especially if you're using a shaker. If you're using in a glass, it's like a 4. So a shaker bottle is required. I don't know why. It did get a bit chunky and blocky at the end. That may be because I had taken out the drying agent packet by then. It was so far down, it was only like maybe a week's worth or less, and I had tossed it. Maybe that was a mistake. The flavor was still pretty decent all the way through. Flavor-wise, it's like an 8. As far as energy coming on, we're looking at an 8, 8.5. It has probably 8.5 energy. So it's better than a lot of pre-workouts that I have done. Not as good as some others. But my biggest problem with this is I had a reaction where I basically would clean my bowels out. But I would basically flush a couple times and I'd be off to the gym. Now, one of the things I did not read fully on here, to their credit, they do say avoid eating or drinking a protein shake, specifically, within an hour after consuming, to avoid sleeplessness. So I don't know, after consuming 1MR Vortex. So I'm still working out in the morning. I got back to working out in the mornings, and sometimes I was doing a single scoop protein shake while I was letting the dogs out. That made a difference. If I had anything to eat whatsoever, even if it was just a couple handfuls of cashews, and then had this, the reaction was pretty immediate. So sometimes I was late getting to the gym because I wasn't sure of what was going to happen. But when I worked out in the afternoons and things, it wasn't as bad because I had a little bit more energy naturally. I'd say on a weekend, stuff like that. But I didn't notice it after, but before. So if I took a protein shake before, I'd have some problems. But afterwards, but it's probably about an hour and a half. So by the time I have this, may deal with the dogs, get down the street to the gym, get done, that's about an hour, and come back and maybe cool down depending on how hot I was, and then have a protein shake. It could have been over, well over an hour, closer to an hour and a half. So that's my only misgiving. This stuff is in the mid-range as far as price. There's stuff that's more expensive and stuff that's cheaper. Has good ingredients, and like I said, it mixes and all kind of okay, especially with a shaker bottle. It is I would say, I'm not quite, shaker bottle required. Decent flavor. The energy level will go up and then it'll kind of peak out a little bit, and it'll just slowly come down. So I did like that I didn't get this big crash drop of energy on the backside. So overall, I'm giving this thing an 8, but that's with 2 caveats. 1, you really need to mix this with in a shaker bottle, and 2, you may have a reaction like I did, and it just cleans your bowels out. So, but that's it. I mean, other than that, it's pretty good. I've had some other BPI products that I've liked and not had that kind of reaction to, so I don't know what about this did it. But I did notice a difference that if I had something to eat first and then took it, was bad news. So it's usually on an empty stomach when I first got up. All right, so have you tried 1MR Vortex from BPI Sports? Do you like it, not like it? Do you think there's better and worse? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for clicking over here to subscribe. Thanks to the new Twitter followers, all the fitness stuff, and thanks to the retweets. All right, we'll see you next time. Goodbye. No, because I couldn't remember all what I said. I knew about where I was.
Stop.
So I had to do a recap. For this one, but I've got other product. Hey, I've done over almost 400 videos like this.
Okay.
One of these days I'm going to figure out what I'm doing. I still have some from last year, thousands of views, and then I have other ones this year, like 18.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs. Bye.
I'll still edit you in.